Are you trying to figure out the best time to visit Walt Disney World in 2022? Well, you are not alone. Everybody else is too. With the recent events in the world, many families have made the difficult decision to postpone their Walt Disney World vacation and are planning to visit in 2022. These delayed vacations, plus the Walt Disney World 50th anniversary celebration, means we are sure to see an increased crowd level at Disney in 2022 and beyond. Luckily, we're going to fill you in on some of the trends and the absolute best time to go to Walt Disney World this year, 2022. What's up, everybody? It's Nick from Who Dat Travel, and of course, we are going to be talking about the best time of the year to visit Walt Disney World in 2022. And of course, there is a myriad of factors to consider when planning your trip to Orlando, but this year has its own unique set of curveballs. So while historically these dates and times are when Disney Worlds are less crowded, keep in mind that crowds and wait times may be higher than what we're used to seeing. Bringing in more than 52 million guests each year, Walt Disney World is the single most visited vacation destination on the planet. With its ever-growing popularity, there is no dead time at Disney World anymore. However, there are certain times of the year when you'll encounter much smaller crowds at Disney. Based on the data that I've collected, the least crowded times to visit Disney World in 2022 will be the following: January 5th through January 8th, January 10th through January 15th, January 24th through January 31st, February 1st through February 14th, February 22nd through 28th, March 1st through the 6th, April 25th through May 1st, May 8th through the 15th, all of the month of September, October 1st through the 7th, October 11th through the 16th, October 18th through the 22nd, and October 24th through the 29th, November 1st through the 6th, November 8th through the 10th, November 14th through the 19th, December 1st through the 4th, December 6th through the 11th. Now, as you may have noticed, these dates are generally when the schools in the United States are in session. So you'll probably either have to take your child out of school or just have an adult's trip. So when is the best time of the year to go to Walt Disney in 2022 if you're avoiding crowds? Very simply, the end of September is one of the least busy times in Walt Disney World. We love this time of year for a few reasons. The first being that guests can also take advantage of the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party or After Hour Party, depending on which one is being thrown. The second being that you can visit Epcot International Food and Wine Festival. The only downside to this time can be the weather, which is still typically pretty hot and humid. The second best time of year to visit Disney World is early January through February. The period right after the marathon weekend has historically proven to be some of the least crowded days at Disney World. This is also a great time of year to visit if the weather is an important factor. It can be a little chilly at night, but honestly, I love this time of year because for me, it's usually above 60 degrees Fahrenheit, so a t-shirt and shorts works just fine for me. When is the cheapest time to go to Walt Disney World in 2022? The cheapest time to visit Walt Disney World in 2022 is often very similar to the least crowded times that we've just discussed. These are generally August through September and late January through February. The only downside is if you're traveling with kids, as we've talked about, you might have to take them out of school for a more affordable vacation. Very simply, the general rule is the bigger the crowds, the higher the prices. The lower the crowds, the lower the prices that you'll find. Attractions at Disney World in 2022. It's important to stay up to date on all of the newest Disney attractions planned to open up in 2022. This is especially true for the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, Tron, and the rumored nighttime parade that may be coming back to the Magic Kingdom. However, it is also very important to know that Disney's slow periods begin right after the Walt Disney Marathon weekend in early January, and Disney typically takes advantage of this time to refurbish some of its most popular attractions. So keep in mind that if you plan your Walt Disney World vacation for January or February, you may encounter a ride or two closed for maintenance, but generally it's not too excessive. But if you are absolutely have to ride a ride, make sure that it's going to be open during the time that you are planning on being there. So now that we've covered the off-peak periods, let's review some of the busier periods at Walt Disney World. We have found that the crowds are predictable and looked at Walt Disney ticket prices to help predict the busiest times at Walt Disney World. Using this ticket data, we have outlined the 3 worst times to visit Walt Disney World, and those are going to be spring break, which is March through April, Thanksgiving week, Christmas and New Year's Eve, and actually just the whole week of Christmas. Spring break, March through April, is one of the busiest times because most schools are out of session. So, quite simply, if you're trying to avoid the most crowded times, again, travel when schools are in session. However, if you can't do that, don't let the crowds discourage you from planning your trip. You should also take into consideration that the parks are open earlier and close later to be able to do some of your most wanted things at Walt Disney World. The truth is, you can still have a great time if your trip falls between these periods, with a little planning and a little help from my Disney experience and the Genie. Now let's talk about special events. Disney hosts several special events which have grown in popularity over the last few years. These events include Epcot Festival of the Arts, Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival, Epcot's International Food and Wine Festival, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party or After Hour Party, and Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, or again, After Hour Party. And of course, not to be forgotten, the Epcot International Festival of the Holidays. Although these events can attract large crowds, there are still some great times to visit if you plan correctly. We've got the best times to go to Walt Disney World for all of these special events, and here they are. Festival of the Arts, the last 2 weeks of January, early February. Flower and Garden Festival, the first 2 weeks in May. International Food and Wine Festival, the entire month of September. Walt Disney World 50th Anniversary, well, that's running throughout the rest of 2022, so whenever you can get there, well, that's going to be going on. Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, best time the last 2 weeks of August. Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, the first 2 weeks of December, and the Festival of the Holidays, the first 2 weeks of December. Many of these events offer a great chance for guests to eat and drink their way around Epcot, and that is a great way to spend one of your days. For these reasons, the festival season are considered some of the best times for adults to go to Walt Disney World. And lastly, let's talk a little bit about weather. Now, I have a complete video on weather at Disney that you can choose when really is the best time for you to go to Disney, and I'll link that above. But really, overall, the best time to go to Disney is, well, when you can get to Disney. There's always going to be people there. There's always going to be crowds. And really, the best thing that you can do is manage your expectations, know that there's going to be people there, and, well, just have some magical times with your family. That's my best advice to you, is just enjoy what you can there. And you know what? We always have a great time. So with that being said, I hope this video helped. If it did, please give it a huge thumbs up, smash that like button if that's what you're into, and of course hit the subscribe button to be notified when I release new content. And with that being said, I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you real soon. Thanks, everybody.